Danny is a dedicated Year 4 student nurse at the Barbados Community College, whose journey into nursing is grounded in an unwavering commitment to service, advocacy, and the empowerment of others. His passion for healthcare extends beyond the clinical setting, reflecting a deep desire to make meaningful and lasting contributions to the profession and his community. As the past president of the Barbados Student Nurses Association, Danny has demonstrated visionary leadership, representing nursing students both locally and regionally in several youth and development forums. He is a strong advocate for educational transformation and professional development, championing initiatives that uplift nursing students, support practicing nurses like myself, and inspire young people to pursue excellence. Through leadership, collaboration, and service, Danny continues to shape the spaces where growth, innovation, and purpose-driven impacts thrive. I now welcome Mr. Danny here.
Government representatives, Minister of Labor, the Honorable Cooke Jordan, MP for Social Security and the Third Sector, other officials and partners supporting labor and labor development, CTUSAB leadership, Mr. Ryan Phillips, President of CTUSAB, Mr. Dennis DePisa, General Secretary of CTUSAB, Dr. Faye Paris, Chair of the Education and Training Committee, members of CTUSAB Executive Board, members of CTUSAB N.U.P.W Group, Brother Ellsworth Young, union members and associations, youth partners, Barbados Youth Development Council, President, N.U.P.W Youth League, CTUSAB Youth Group, especially invited guests. A warm good morning to all of you.
Good morning, everybody.
It is truly an honor to give framing remarks under the theme contract work and the future of youth employment, rights and risk and real path forward, and specifically to explore the question, why contract work and why youth now? So as I prepare these remarks, I thought it best to truly level with young people and have a heart-to-heart as we will today regarding our reality. Barbados is not a country of sun, not only a country of sun, sand, and sea. It is a country of potential, of nation builders. And that potential sits right here in this room, in our young people. And we will see it across Barbados, whether in our homes and our schools. So as you scan the room, look at each other and see where the future and potential lies for this country. It is important that we share a common understanding of what contract work is. And under the Employment Rights Act of Barbados, contract work refers to employment where a worker provides services and employer to under a contract of employment, which may be written or verbal, and outlines the terms and conditions and duration of the job. So you may ask, why contract work and why need now? And to be honest with you, it is because the world of work has changed. Let's look at the context in which we live. So gone are the days when most people would be able to go to school, leave school, and enter a job and retire after 40 years with a pension. Today, especially in sectors like hospitality, retail, construction, and even some corporate environments, employment is often structured around contracts, whether 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. And this sometimes is tied to peak seasons in hospitality, and sometimes tied to even projects or even their budget. Contract work is no longer the exception. It is becoming the norm and has become the norm. And is exactly why our youth must have the opportunity to understand it. Contract work can create opportunity, it can open doors, it can provide experience, it can build networks that can help you step into industries that might otherwise feel out of reach. For many young people, a contract is the first entry point into the labor market. But here's the heart-to-heart reality. Contracts end. And when the tourist season slows down, contracts may not be renewed. When projects are completed, positions may be dissolved, and when that happens, guess what remains? Bills, financial obligations, rent that still has to be paid, groceries that still have to be bought, and families that still rely on you. So everybody at the end of the day still wants something regardless of the contract. That is not meant to frighten you. It is simply meant to prepare you because knowledge transforms vulnerability into power. And hopefully with our discussion today, you could hear from us as young people and hear where our conversation lies. So when we face the question, why contract work and why you know, we're already asking something deeper, which is how do we prepare young people for the realities of the modern workforce while making sure that they are protected within it. For us to understand this, we must understand firstly that young people are not just participants in the economy, we're the drivers of it. And with that opportunity also comes another reality. Today, many young people across the world and in Barbados are entering something called precarious employment. That simply means that you can enter something uncertain, unstable, or lacking strong protection, which lends to what Minister would have probably earlier mentioned, exploitation. And many young people step into these arrangements because they're eager to start their work, eager to start their lives and career, and gain experience. And nothing is wrong with that. So today I want to leave with you two things that every young worker should always remember. Firstly, know your contract. Because before you celebrate your job, you should read the contract, read the fine print. Employment law recognizes that workers should have a written statement outlining the particulars of their employment. Things like their job, duties, wages, etc. should be outlined. That document will tell you what is expected of you, what you are entitled to, and how the employment relationship works. So the contract is not just paperwork, it is your protection. If you do not understand it, ask questions. The strongest worker is not the one who simply works hard. It is the one who understands their rights. And let's be real, some employers do not like when we understand our rights. And this is the beautiful segue that I would like to take us into our second point, which is essentially knowing your rights. Even in contract work, workers are not without protection. An employer in hospitality may say, man, come back tomorrow. And then you come the next day, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow. And the reality is tomorrow never comes and you say, okay, I'm done, I'm not going back. And I know this because I would work in hospitality first and I witnessed persons being told, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow, come back tomorrow. And here in Barbados, employees have legal rights, including the right not to be unfairly dismissed with their employer and employment laws. That means employers must follow fair process and proper reasons when entering employment. But here's the most important part. Rights only protect you when you know they exist. So this is why initiatives like this forum is so important. They open space for dialogue and they teach young people like you and I how the system works. Opening dialogues about contract work is not about discouraging employment. It is about empowering informed employment. It is about teaching financial literacy alongside job acceptance. It is about training young people not only in getting jobs, but sustaining their livelihood. To bridge the gap, policymakers also play a crucial role in helping pave the way forward. Young people must not bear the risk alone. Policy frameworks must ensure fair contracts, clarity in terms, access to benefits where possible, and protection against exploitation and pathways to stability. Youth employment strategies must balance flexibility with security, because while adaptability is important for a modern economy, fairness is non-negotiable. If we are serious about building Barbados, we must be serious about protecting and preparing our youth. So as we start today's conversation, I want to leave every young Barbadian who may be hearing me today with something to think about. The more you understand how the system works, the more power you have. Power to make better decisions, power to protect yourself, and power to go after opportunities with confidence. And as Dr. Powers alluded to earlier, young people are not passive observers. So always remember that knowledge is power, and understanding the system ensures that opportunity does not turn into vulnerability. Remember that you are the architects of your future. You matter, you control the narrative, and you are nation builders. Thank you and enjoy today.